It's coming up next.
Now from the birthplace of the game itself, EA Sports so proud to join you from the Hall of Fame city of Canton, Ohio. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Black Knights of Dublin taking on the Nighthawks of Canton. Along with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin here. And Charles, we take a look at this Canton team as they get ready down on the field. Even with all the games we have broadcast together over the years, partner, seems like every time we see something new and kind of get that feeling we might get something unique here in this one as well.
No two games are ever really the same, are they, Brandon? Because there's always a couple little details, standout performances, big plays that help set each game apart. That makes every one of them entertaining to be a part of.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from Canton. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Throwing to start the drive. Nixon. Throwing left side, it's complete. A huge play there right off the bat. 55 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field.
Ready?
Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. Valentine. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
Okay, ready?
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Nixon. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the opening drive of the game yields 3. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And able to get this out to the 25. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And what a game he is coming off of.
Oh, unbelievable.
Absolutely. And you know how much I love the history of the game. He broke a record held by the Dutchman,
Norm Van Brocklin,
right? You got to go all the way back to 1951.
It's caught inside the 25. 55 yards.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
On first down, Pierce. He finds his man, complete. That's Perez. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Off the play fake. Pierce rolling to his right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Facing second and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not I just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
Hurry!
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Black Knights have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
On 1st and 10, Nixon. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Will Anderson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Got it.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Nixon over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And they will be in the playoffs as champs of the AFC East, but as it stands right now, Charles, they still would have to host a game on Wild Card Weekend because they're still looking up at that #1 seed.
And that's when you... Remember, guys, at the beginning of the season, what was our deal? Let's win our division and get to the playoffs. That was job one. Let's not get greedy about the whole thing, because whether or not they end up with a first-round bye or not, you and I both know this team's going to be a tough out in the playoffs.
70 Timberwolves.
To throw on second down, Pierce. He's going to let this one go deep. Touchdown! A great play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Black Knights are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Canton offense takes over once again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
So they bring out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And taken right at the 35. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown! A big play there with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Black Knights add 6 to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's 21-3. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here comes the Canton offense to set up shop. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
At the 37-yard line.
One play at a time, baby. Set,
21-3 is your score after 1.
Nighthawks 3.
Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
set, ready. Set.
Now a give right side. Valentine. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
Let's go.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Hut, hut. Hut, hut.
Looking to throw. Nixon firing quickly here, and that's complete. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready, ready. Set.
Back to throw. Nixon. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On the set.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Set, go.
Looking to throw. Nixon. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A gain of 32 that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Hut.
Off play action. Nixon. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here we go.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Up the middle they go. Valentin. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Set.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Ready, ready. Set, go.
Operating from the gun. Nixon. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Nighthawks get a bit closer. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Now the extra point try forthcoming.
Roll. Reload.
It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Canton offense to set up shop. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Ready?
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Ready?
An
Ready?
incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready?
The play fake. Nixon. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Hut.
On 3rd down, Nixon. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On now is the punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for the touchdown. He goes 67 yards on the punt return. And the Black Knights continue to pull away here in this first half.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and it just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't it?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Hard running at the 15. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here comes the Canton offense to set up shop. Well, here we sit, week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
Now Will Anderson gets to him for the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know the
pressure gets to him, and down he goes, back at the 4-yard line. Will Anderson, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
Ready.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now a handoff up the middle. Valentine. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Dublin's offense now set to take over. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Black Knights have got it on cruise control. Extra point splits the uprights. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Nice little juke. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
throwing on first down. Nixon. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. On first down, Pierce. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw again, Pierce. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Third down and 13. Back to throw. Pierce. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Looking to throw. Pierce. Washington's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
They'll try to run this one in, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Black Knights are pouring it on. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Now the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. That time a 6-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Canton offense takes over once again. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster. And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On the ready.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34.
Set, cut.
Back to throw. Nixon, a misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
He's going to catch that, baby. That's how we eat. Dig in. Let's go. Oh, ain't that something? Play a little aggressive, baby.
Set, ready.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Set, go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now 2nd and 3.
Ready, go. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Ready, ready. Ready.
On 1st and 10, Nixon. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here we go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Nixon. That is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Try to lay one up deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
He's going to let it go again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman. Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Breaks through the contact. Past midfield, look out. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown.
Again, help partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
22 needle. Ready.
Looking to throw on second down. Nixon. And oh, that is going to be a safety.
All right, partner, deuce is wild on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much of a plan when they came out on attack. That let the defense create a little chaos up front and set up one of their guys to make a play and get through and record the sack.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
79 Bronco.
Throwing to start the drive. Pierce. And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far.
Here we go.
They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Pierce. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 15 and a first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, It's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Throwing on first down. Pierce. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 37 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A toss left to Washington. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Black Knights just continue to roll. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Canton offense to set up shop. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
To throw on 2nd down. Nixon throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Set.
Looking to throw. Nixon. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Inside the 20. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Dublin's offense now set to take over. And now they are in prime position, 1st and goal after the interception and return. They'll look to make it pay off for 6 points. Back to throw. Pierce. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. Scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Black Knights get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
What a call there on the quarterback draw. You want to spread the field and just tell your QB, hey, find a lane and go. And he's able to get the defense in a vulnerable to the end zone.
Now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Canton offense takes over once again. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. Is how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works. This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Looking to throw on second down. Nixon. Throw caught by Flowers. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Nixon. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And they bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here from the 38. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Dublin's offense now set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They take take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Second and 10. Throwing again. Pierce. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Here comes third down at 7. Operating from the gun, Pierce. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
19, Tiger. 18, Pioneer. Ready?
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 34 yards. And the Black Knights extend their lead yet again. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Nighthawks 13.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Canton offense to set up shop. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Ready up.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Set, go.
Operating from the gun, Nixon. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
Let's go.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now in the home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Canton, Ohio. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Ready.
On 1st down, Nixon. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Come on, let's go. Let's dominate this. Give it to them.
Set.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Nixon. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Will Anderson. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. Dublin's offense now set to take over. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate.
Let's go.
But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Washington on 3rd and short. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll set up to run the quarterback draw. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Haven't been a defensive coordinator yet. The thing 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down.
Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Shot.
This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. The handoff right side. It's Washington. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do,
Here we go.
late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show off their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Point after here coming up. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Canton offense to set up shop. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case.
17.
There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Here we go.
Throwing to start the drive. Nixon. That one into the hands of Flowers. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Set, hut. Set.
To throw on second down. Nixon. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Off play action. Nixon. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Down the sideline he goes. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for him here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Canton offense takes over once again. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. To the sideline and incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try to throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Off the play fake. Nixon. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though. No surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, fans usually love to